Hello. Oh, it's not switching my scene. Here we go. Oh, there I am. I'm back. Hello, creatures. I was gone for the weekend, and I'm back. And I have designed a working vehicle, finally, for the ground. And I also just now got back from mining iron. That's why I'm late to stream. I did the boring mining iron task, and I got a bunch of iron. I had no more iron. And I died several times just now down in the village at the base of the hill. I was just leaving to go home and start stream, and I jumped out of a building, and an invisible guy appeared. He was like 4 times my size. He was called a nightmare stalker, and he just one-shot me. So that was too bad. I think some interloper. There's been like some infestment of rabbits down here in my little basement. And oh gosh, as I was about to say, I think the killer bunny has followed me from a place you guys might have seen me in before. Wow, it hurts very badly. Oh gosh, I got too close again. Get our stuff. So now we have a very voracious pet in our basement, and so say hello to the killer bunny. I figured out I could place this warding effigy thing on the ground, because my partner started giving me like vague hints for the No Man's Land mod. Because I don't want to look up how to get into the mod and just like be told what to do. If at the most I want a vague hint and to figure the rest out myself. So I know from my partner that might make it so mobs are around. So if I get more of those, I'll just place them. I will show you guys what I made in creative just real quick before I go back to the survival. Because in theory, I should be able to get it in survival before too terribly long, although I don't have any wood yet. A fact I forgot until this very moment. But it doesn't matter. I will just go get wood. I have spruce, don't I? Yeah, I have spruce, I'm pretty sure. Because I made a whole spruce farm. I just need a bunch of spruce wood to make my little craft. Whoa. What? I could not tell you what was just happening to me. That was crazy. Did you guys see that? Okay. I'm here. I had a short rotation there. But here's the bike I made, and I made a trailer for collecting sheep as well. And this was me pasting the schematic over here. But here's the little bike thing I made. It's technically 4 wheels, and you can see that a little bit if I turn. They kind of clip out of each other. But because it's 4 wheels, there's sort of like... There's a compounding unrealistic leverage to either side of this, as if it was on the further extent of the vehicle instead of in the middle, that unrealistically gets to a realistic bike balance. It doesn't make sense to me, but it works. And so I also use chain conveyors to just get the rotation power around, and it looks cool. And so I've made a fairly capable little bike. And it's slower because of the trailer, but I needed to make something to capture sheep with. And I'll even show you guys, it can get up hills a little bit, but we gotta drive over there real quick. It could be faster, but I'm also... This is just running off of 6 engines inside. The, like, create mod portable engines. And it's like that because I needed this to be my ultra cheap starting vehicle. So I can go and make this in my survival world now. Because I should have all the stuff I need, and I'll be trying to make it this stream. And then hopefully, once I've got it made, I will take it to where the ocean is in my world, and I need to find some bees on the way. Because I think from my testing with pasting the schematic of this, it's only going to paste the bike as a physics object. And the wagons, I need honey to actually do that for. So let me just back up so you can see. It can't go anywhere near as high with this trailer, but it can get around there, and I think that'll get it up my hill. It could go up to the last section without the trailer, but then it gets stuck up there. Which could be worse, could be better. It's probably going to have to capsize to get down here because going backwards down the hill with the trailer is bad. You know, life finds a way. Well, the trailer didn't, but the bike did. Honestly, that went so much smoother than I expected, flipping that bike around. But yeah, this is going to get me around. It's going to get me around a little bit faster than my other vehicles. And while I'm in creative mode, I'll go ahead and give you guys a reminder, or perhaps a first glimpse if you're new here, of the other things I've been building. The next thing I'll be getting into my survival world is this structure I've called the shelfstead. And this is just going to be a platform for building on top of. But I made it look nice, like a little house. And I really like building just bouncing off of thrust from the bottom. And I took that to the extreme with my flying island, which will be the next thing I make. But it's going to take a lot more resources. Here's my flying island. Up here I have the auto navigation table. And a little, like, bridge area. And this thing operates with magic rotating wheels. And, of course, thrust from below. And is big enough to support an entire base inside of. And is, like, it's like absurdly balanced. If I grabbed it and started flinging it all over the place, it's not going to capsize. If I flipped it upside down, I think it would flip back up. Well, it would... That insane thrust would spike it into the ground, but it would try to flip back up. It just might not have time before it hits the ground. But that's an unusual circumstance that won't happen to it. The point is, it's absurdly well balanced, and I'm happy with it. But let's go back to the bike, and then let's go back to our survival world. The reason I was prolonging my stream and going down to that village and running around is because I need some string to make a bow, but I just found a bow in the village, so it was sort of a good deal. I need a bow to make a dispenser, to make the schematic cannon, to spawn these structures in my survival world. Basically. Just load our survival world back up real quick. I'm going to take a sip of water, though. That's better. You can do it, PC. Okay, so I have my iron and all that stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do... I don't know if I have enough spruce wood, to be clear. Should the first thing I do be plant some more spruce trees because I don't have enough wood? Yeah, probably. Look, I got 33 spruce saplings. If I grabbed my dirt and placed them now before doing anything else, by the time I'm done with all that nonsense and like, wait, where's all my spruce wood? I can go down and just knock down some trees. But I don't have dirt down there, so I gotta grab the dirt. I started my little farm area down here so that I'd have food. That was called a... I did something to break my fall. It made me do a flip. I don't know what it's called. Let's just get rid of some of this and make it trees. I have fire tick off, in case you're wondering. I can do this, so it'd get dangerous. But that's also how I'm making all the fires. But this will let there be light between all the trees without them catching on fire. Okay, that should be more than enough for now. Let's go back up. I still have all those bows I just got in my inventory. One of them's even enchanted. I found 7 obsidian and 2 diamonds, by the way, in the top of that village. There's a chest at the top of their little castle. What is happening to me? There's a chest at the top of their little castle that had just, like, all that in it. I was like, what the heck? I think I already put that in my chest at home. My inventory's a mess. I'm gonna need, like, all of the coal I have to actually drive that bike. It is a coal guzzler. And the amount of time I'll have to actually drive it might be a little limited. So I will be booking it to where I need to go and back. Efficiency is key. My partner also told me that if I want to get more No Man's Land mod activities done, I need to find a place called, I wrote it down, Bell Sanctuary, I misspelled that, or find Alchemist Ruins. Either of those places, and I have no idea what they are, what they look like, but I have been told that they're important. Okay. Now that I'm back, I should be able to make a schematic cannon. Where's my cobblestone? And my redstone. I have the redstone. I thought I saw a dropper recipe a second ago. I didn't understand why. Okay. This is the recipe we want. Got a dispenser. And then we need wood blocks. There's some oak logs. We need 2 smooth stone. I have stone here, so I can just cook this. I'll just go ahead and make 8. Why not? But I only need the first 2. I'll dump some of this random stuff out of my inventory while I'm waiting. I do need that string. There we go. The schematic cannon. I've done it. Wait, how do I even make a schematic? That's important. I need a paper and a light blue dye. Well, that's awfully specific. And inconvenient. Oh no. Let's put all this away. Why is that in cave mode? Well, that might be a bit of a task in and of itself. If my map would load. Over here in, like, these fields, I think, like, a light blue specks would be the light blue flower I want. I'm pretty sure. I'm not certain. I mean, there's definitely More flowers over there. I mean, it's a sunflower plain. I swear I've seen, like, patches. That seems like a patch of a pink flower, maybe. That's probably clovers, the green. We're gonna want to just go down there and look around for some more stuff. There's a random thing of something blue there. There is... I see blue flowers here, for sure. In the hot shrubland over there. It's only over there, though. Okay. Basically down here, I will find flowers. What else am I going to need that's weird and specific? Let's rule this out. I never wrote down any stream plans for today. But we're just going to write some nonsense in here. Light blue flowers in plains. And then paper from the village. I don't have paper, or very much. From Kane or village. I passed by a bunch of paper in a chest down there in the village. I know there's paper. That'll get me that. Can go and place the schematic cannon. I'm gonna place it up here. But it's gonna shoot down to there. I'm probably gonna assemble the bike right here. A little bit on the side of a cliff. Maybe that's silly. I don't know. Let's put this right here. It's got its whole UI here. We'll add gunpowder here. My schematic will go here. And I put a clipboard or a book here, and it'll tell me what materials I'll need. Where's the sun? We have a bed in case we need it. But we don't have our food. We put that in a chest. Or don't have it. I gotta harvest wheat, maybe. I'm getting better slowly at the parkour mod stuff. Like, I can go up walls now pretty consistently. You have to look, like, straight up, though. Yep. And, of course, wall jumping was already easy, just chaotic. But if you put those together, you can get a lot of height. Thankfully, something's keeping me from trampling crops. Otherwise, I'd be doing that like crazy. Well, that's not exactly a bountiful harvest. I was starving to death before stream, though, so the Sweet Farm is helping. I keep thinking it's night for a second, because you can see the stars this high up. There we go. So I can easily get up 4 or 5 block raises with the parkour mod now. Now that I practice a bit. Hello, Kizays. I hope you're well. Oh, the hunger. Did I have bread that I threw away into my chest? My chest of chaos. And I do have potatoes I should start planting. But I'll put the potatoes in a crate automated farm. And I'm gonna put wheat all over down there, because it looks nice, I think. Okay, yeah, this is all the food I have. Unfortunately. And unfortunately, I need to go do an expedition for light blue flowers. Because how else am I gonna make a schematic? So maybe we'll find more food along the way. Is where we're at. Soon we will... Oops. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I just have to watch this happen. There's no water up here. How do you heal a camel? Do they like wheat? No. Maybe sugarcane. I actually don't know. We'll figure out how to heal the camel. But I am glad that soon this camel will be retired and we will be riding in style up and down this hill. Pretty sure it's not too steep for the bike. But the camel ain't exactly fast, and the camel ain't exactly safe. But the one thing I've got going for me is it don't rain here. I made a fire, and the rain would hurt. You can pause on that thing I flipped over the screen a second ago, if you need to. I just have to be really careful going down with the camel because this hill's so steep. Like, look up, it's like practically a cliff. But it takes genuinely like 15 more minutes to get up on foot than on the camel. Because the camel climbs just like that. It gets up faster than it gets down. There sure are a lot of water wells in this desert. But it's not exactly a dry desert with all that nonsense over there. I mean, it's pretty dry over here. Hopefully we find light blue flowers over there. Bonus points if we bump into some bees, but I don't know how I'd capture their honey right now. Maybe I could... You know, I could probably just plop down somewhere and smelt some sand into glass and make bottles. I think you can just pull it out with bottles. But if you can't, I'd need to make a physics assembler and maybe just kidnap the entire beehive. Which I could do. I could definitely do that. Okay, we have exited the desert. Keep your eyes peeled for light blue flowers, everybody. Don't let me miss them. It is getting awfully dark now. Don't go anywhere, Scoot. Taking a nap. I saw like a random little statue over in these fields that was like, it almost looked like a gravestone. And it's just like so random and small. It's not even like a full big structure that I could tell. It's practically just like part of the world generation, but I never saw another one. Maybe that's it over there? No. I could have marked it on my map, I guess. So I think there's a lot of just like flower coloration on the actual grass texture here. Oh my gosh. What happened here? These dogs went on a massacre. Well, it's some free food. We saw blue on the map, right? Was it up here-ish? It was a ways up there. I say we go towards that rise over there, because it's a change in biome. And we go over here. Can't even begin to make my bike spawn until I get a light blue flower. Crazily. How else do you make light blue dye? You could just do blue with lapis and then bone meal, I think. Did I have any lapis? I don't think I have any lapis at home yet. Could we see what wide level lapis is at? It spawns the most at, like, Y level 0. Interestingly enough. If I can't find a flower, I'm going home and getting lapis. And it's just gonna take a while. Is that an armadillo? That's cute. Is that just a base Minecraft thing now? It might be. There's a bunch of red flowers, red and yellow. That's not helpful for me. Not helpful one bit. We'll keep going this way, because I know there's more flowery biomes this way. Hello, horsey. Still no flowers here. Wow, a lot of coal, though. Hey, if we need coal and iron, come back here. Maybe we'll drive the bike here when we make it and just mine some coal. It seems like the world's taking a moment to load. Yeah. There we go. What is this place? Wow, I can see farther this direction than I expected. Is that the ocean? It kind of looks like ocean over there. I've never been around this corner to, like, see this sightline. Maybe we go up a little bit high and see. Whoa, wait, the ocean's so much closer than I expected. I think the ocean's just there through the river. I'm excited about this because I don't have kelp and I need it. And I can't seem to find any kelp in the rivers. Okay. It's like a tuff deposit? Still no flowers, though. I would risk the dive to get some kelp right now. I could farm kelp. I only need a little bit. Just the water will hurt me very much. What is this biome? Alpine highlands and going into the flower forest. Ayo. The flower forest. Well, I'm seeing a sea of white flowers. White tulips. Is there... I bet there's bees around here. Is there a light blue flower? I mean, I shouldn't count my blessings. White and blue together would just give me what I want. Grab some white. Oh, spot a lag. What is that creature? Is that a little ant? What's happened to the game? We're loading. I'm pretty sure. You've hit a snag on the loading process. I'm trapped on the camel. I'm trying to get off. Help me! I'm stuck. Somebody help me down. Somebody get Skeki a ladder. What's happening to me? I bet, like, some sort of structure is trying to load. And is throwing a wrench in the whole world generation process. Based on my experience. Yeah, the log looks angry. I can confirm. Can we still move? Let's move away. Move away. I see a structure trying to load in the log there. Let's move away from it. I don't trust whatever that is. Delayed save cache clearer is what I'm seeing. Oh no. What is going on over here with these chunks? Am I loading more chunks, but those just aren't loading? My game isn't frozen. Well, I mean, I still can't get off the camel. I'm still trapped. It's just those chunks. That's so weird. What's the command to reload chunks? Like F3 and A? Yes, it did not help. Here's the ocean though. There's a lot of floating islands over there and a giant mountain. And that almost looks like buildings and another giant mountain. Yeah, big world. Let's stop here and give a quick relog, and maybe that'll fix that chunk issue. It's still spamming that through the log after clicking quit. It's unexpected error in cleanup thread. Let's give the world a second to save, and maybe we can restart the game if it doesn't go away after the world closes. It hasn't. That error is continuing. I'm going to take 5 and give my game a chance to restart. I got to take 5 because it takes a minute. So let me edit this so it doesn't say stream starting. Restarting game. 5 minutes. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to give the game a reboot. Do you ever drink so much water that you regret it? Because I think I'm there just now. Okay, here's the world reopening. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same error starts cropping up. I just want to be safe. Give the world a chance to reload as well. About it. Oh. Hang on, there's like a weird error still. Whatever's happening, it's a weird bug with spawn. Has the actual map loaded? I have to redo my character thing. Put that on. Scoot, don't go running off. This is how I set up my camera view. It may look complicated, and it's because it is. And if you had a custom character, it'd probably be complicated in a different, specific way. But this way, my face isn't in my camera view. I just have to hide every little inch of it. And quick save. Whoops. What was that error? Eh? What has happened? Hang on, I've done my thing wrong. There we go. It like did not bind before. So I have to redo this. I have to redo this every time. But only on reloads. Sometimes it's 6 too, if I don't reload the whole game. It usually stays between worlds even. There we go. It really seems like the map loaded finally. Except for maybe a couple weird spots. I don't know. There was straight up like a crash report generated when I opened the world, but it was non-fatal. Wow, okay, yeah. There's a problem here. I wonder if I should just remove spawn if it's going to be doing something weird like this. It's like a nature mod called Spawn doing that. Nothing's breaking our world though. So let's ignore it for the moment. That's a problem for right after stream, I think. There is kelp in there. It's not too far. It looks closer to the shore down here. Why is there stone bricks there? Am I still not able to get off the camel? Oh gosh. Why am I trapped? There we go. The bed got me out. That's so weird. Why was I stuck on that camel? Okay. If I can't pick up this bed, then spawn is causing irreparable issues in my world. Oh. That's not fair. Scoot, it's not fair. Why is spawn breaking my world? Well, I think I need to reload the whole mod pack without spawn installed. But it's a world generation mod, so I'm nervous to remove it. But I think it would just be bad to add it after removing it. Generally. Because it's a world generation mod. And if I removed it now, probably further chunks would just generate without it. And the other chunks would remove any spawn blocks. I'm pretty sure there's whole biomes added by it. Like, what's that gonna do in my world? If I remove that? Huh. Yeah. This is a problem. Let's close the survival world right now. I wish I could fix that. I can't actually go make the bike today because of that. I thought I had tested well enough to find any issues like that. That never happened to me in my testing. Alright, well, I think I might have to go offline for a little bit, and I'll try to stream more tonight. I really will. But I need to... It might even be in like 10 minutes if this just smoothly fixes itself, but I need to do something about that. And it's just going to be reloading the mod pack like 5 times. I know. So, a little bit of a delay on making this bike, unfortunately. But as soon as I make it, I'm going to be able to get around my world so much better. And I did test some sheep in there, and I managed to get a whole bunch of sheep in there, and the only thing that got them out was capsizing. Because they just couldn't fit in the space anymore on like a weird angle. Well, thanks for joining me for what ended up being a really short stream. Sorry about that. I'll try to be back in a little bit. I'm gonna try to fix this. Thank you for the good luck. I really appreciate it. I'm upset that everything's breaking all of a sudden.